The mystery footprints of New Mexico. Imagine this. You're walking across the dry desert of white sands, New Mexico. The sun is burning above you. The wind carries nothing but sand and silence. When suddenly, beneath your feet, you notice something strange. Not animal tracks, not the marks of boots or sandals, but human footprints. They are small, fragile, almost ghost-like impressions pressed into the earth. And when scientists dated them, the results shook the entire world of archaeology. These footprints were not just hundreds of years old, not just thousands. They were 23,000 years old. That's right. These were the preserved steps of men, women, and children who walked across what is now the desert long before the official story of how people first came to America. Because according to most history books, humans only arrived in North America about 13,000 years ago. We've all heard the story. The great ice sheets of the Ice Age melted. People crossed over the Bering Land Bridge from Asia into Alaska and slowly spread south. That's the Clovis first modeled the traditional explanation. But these footprints, they break that model into pieces. Think about it. If humans were already in New Mexico 10,000 years earlier than we thought, then the entire timeline of the Americas changes. Suddenly, we are forced to ask, how did they get here? Where did they come from? And who were they? Now, let's make this even more mysterious. These were not just random footprints. The pattern revealed something chillingly human. Tracks of adults walking side by side. Children running in circles. A mother carrying a child, putting it down, picking it up again. You can almost see their journey frozen in the earth. It feels less like archaeology and more like time travel. But here's the real twist. At the same site, there were footprints of giant Ice Age animals, mammoths, giant ground sloths, creatures that no longer exist. In some places, the human prints overlap the animal tracks as if they were following each other, maybe even hunting. Just close your eyes for a second and picture that scene. The Ice Age desert, a group of humans moving across the sand. In the distance, a massive mammoth, a deadly sloth with claws the size of knives. And somewhere out there, predators lurking. This is not just history. This is survival. Now let me ask you, dear listener, what do you think happened to these people? Were they explorers, hunters, or maybe the survivors of an even older journey, one that began far away, across oceans and continents? Some scientists argue, maybe, they walked from Siberia across the frozen land bridge earlier than we believed. Others whisper something more daring, maybe. These were not the descendants of Asians at all, but people who came by sea, from Japan, from Polynesia. Some even suggest from Europe. Crazy, maybe. But remember, every footprint in that desert is proof that something impossible already happened. And that's where the story begins. Because if people were here 23,000 years ago, during the height of the Ice Age, then our maps, our textbooks, our entire idea of the first Americans is wrong. And the deeper we dig, the stranger it gets. From mysterious spear points buried under layers of ice, to ancient skeletons with faces that don't look like any modern tribe. to DNA evidence that links Americans to unexpected parts of the world. The mystery only grows. So in this first chapter, we stand in the desert, staring at those footprints, asking ourselves, who walked here? Where did they come from? And how many secrets still lie buried under the sand? In the next part, we will travel back to the Ice Age itself, to the frozen world of mammoths, glaciers, and endless snow. We will follow the path across the Bering Land Bridge and ask, could humans really have crossed into the Americas that way? Or is the truth far stranger? But before we go there, tell me, if you were walking across that Ice Age desert, with mammoths on the horizon and predators in the shadows, what would you do? Would you fight, hide, or keep walking? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this mystery is just getting started.